Hey, yo, what's good, everyone? Hello. It is I, Rev, back again for another YouTube stream. That is 3 in a week. 3 in the first week of the month. Ladies and gentlemen, we are committed. We are locked in. We are focused. Now more than ever. All right, let me switch over, okay? I don't want to tease you guys all day with the starting soon screen. I mean, what are we doing here? You came to see me. You came to see me, chat, and I came to see you. Right now. Here we go. For it is I, your glorious leader, your supreme leader, Rev. The glasses are here. They're a little wonky. They're not perfect right now. I accidentally just ripped them off of my model and tried to haphazardly just put them back on, but it's all good. Look at all the people saying Desu. You think I'm going to say that for free? You missed out on last stream. You've been absolutely gate-kept. Completely gate-kept. Now, let's see right here. We got 5 smackaroos already from Corbin, saying just for the goal. Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen the super chat goal for today? $5 or more. Wait, what? I just said it. I'm literally... Guys, stop. Ew, hold on a second. Stop. Straub understands I've been scrambling. I've been scrambling for the last, hour to get everything done in time. I already said the D word, and I my bad. But let me get back to the dono, okay? Play it again. There, Corbin with the 5, dedicated towards the goal. What's the goal today? What's the goal this time with the super chats? Well, $5 or more, or whatever's equivalent. We'll activate the Chud Hat at 15. If you don't know what the Chud Hat is, ladies and gentlemen, I will gladly show you. Now, the Insane Swede with 50 SEK. 3 in a week. Pretty lively week there, Rev. I see what you did there. Thank you for that dono right there. And then Patience Farith with the gigantic, the monstrous $20 dono. The 20 smackaroos, the 20 bones, if you will. Saying, does Rev say Desu? That's right. A lot of people, they've come into the live streams. They were expecting it. Stream number 1, I said it once. Stream number 2, based on our super chat goal, was to say it for a minute straight. I said it for a minute straight, and it was so powerful, it crashed my stream temporarily, so I had to do it again. I gave the people 2 full minutes of saying Desu over and over again, in many different forms, in many different disturbing ways, such as Desu, Ohio desu ka? Stuff like that, which you guys really appreciate. But thank you for the 20 bones, Farith. I appreciate it a lot. And also, 5 more from Corbin saying he did last stream for an entire minute, broke the stream with his power. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that already. 4 out of 15. on the daily super chat goal. We're crushing it. We're crushing it. We barely even started, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to activate that chud hat and become a fellow chud with me, a fellow gaming chud, consider, take out loans if you have to. Do what you got to do. Dip into the 401k. Dip into your savings. Dip into your kids' college fund. Whatever you have to do. That's a joke, by the way. But what are we talking about here today, guys? What are we talking about? Well, a lot of gaming-related stuff, okay? There's been a lot going on the last week or so, and I thought it would be really nice to hit them all and not let anything slip through the cracks, because we've been busy talking about other stuff on the main channel, but there is plenty to talk about today, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to ask you, chat, are you ready? Are you feeling hyped? Do you want to dive into it today? Groceries are temporary. The super chat goal is eternal. Correct. Yo, Inside with the 5 bones saying Rev didn't say Desu in order to contain its might. That's right. You had to build it up for a little while. Had to build it up to make it truly powerful. Like, it would have meant nothing if I was saying it all the time. That's right. It makes these streams extra special. Because this is the only place you hear the D word, except for that one YouTube video recently where I said it as a part of an intro bit. But don't worry about that, okay? Don't worry about that. That's it. Yo, and 5 from Ninchao Fox saying, saw the wife say y'all need a fan for the office, so here's some fan funds. Boom. Beautiful. Based. Yeah, it's warm in here. Yeah, Straw did point that out. It is warm in here. It's been getting warm outside. It's just not keeping up around here, but that's okay. That's okay, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, and Napoleon with the $6.70 donation, simply saying 6-7. I still to this day don't know if this is like what that meme even means. If it's even real. I've been gaslit by Zoomers. Or whatever generation that is, I don't even know. I'm behind. I'm old, I'm washed, I'm crusty. I just don't get what the kids are up to nowadays. Maybe that's a good thing, I'm out of touch. Hey, yo, Z-Man! With a 5 as well, saying, let's go, another Rev stream. You're darn tootin'! Another Rev stream. 3 this week, and I'm very excited, guys. I love streaming on YouTube already. Like, it's so much more comfortable for me. And it fits the sort of format I do all the time. Like the commentary, taking little breaks, reading some donos, much more active. I like it. I like it a lot. This has been a success. Unlike Hassan Piker, who went on YouTube for 2 seconds then quit because his numbers weren't as high. YouTube is a big success to stream on for us. It's been a lot of fun. Yo, and Nate's with the $5 as well, saying, those glasses are looking a little big today. You can't gaslight us. What you mean? Guys, I would never gaslight you ever. My glasses have been the same size. Look away for a second. Stop looking. Stop looking. I would never increase the size of my glass. You can look again. I would never increase the size of the glasses, ladies and gentlemen. I would never do this. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Did you hit your head again? Chatter. Did you hit your head again? Are you misremembering things again? Oh, I'm so sorry. I hate when this happens. I hate when your memory gets all confused again. You're so silly, but you just keep misremembering everything. It's okay. I'll keep track of your memory for you, so don't even think anymore. Just rely on what I tell you is actually happening. I'm keeping track of everything. You don't have to worry about nothing. Isn't that great? You're so welcome. I am... Strawby, you're so lucky I'm not a professional gaslighter, because I'm amazing at it. It's amazing. Gaslighting Desu. Yo, an Ibuki Enjoyer with a $10 donation saying, working a 12-hour shift today, listening to your voice helps me get through the day. Aw. Well, I'm glad I can get you through the day, through I know a lot of you guys listen to me while you're working, so yeah, go right on in, boys. Enjoy your day. Keep grinding. And when you got the time, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the stream. Thank you for being here. Pedro with the 2 saying, Rev, how tall are you in scrambled eggs? I would be... Dang, are we talking individual strains of scrambled egg pieces stacked on top of one another? Oh my gosh. I gotta be about 456, I believe. I feel confident with that number. Yeah. Z-Man with another 2 saying, trust me, man, you don't want to know brain rot. Oh, 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". Haha. I'm just like, how do you do, fellow kids? Yo, and then TGB with the 5 Canadian currency. We had so much Canadian donations last stream. I don't know what was going on there. Once again, thanks to my Canadians saying finally awake for a stream. Everyone I follow streams while I'm asleep. That's why I want to stream around this time. This seems to kind of work for every time zone. It's like either like morning for some people, afternoon, or nighttime. It's not like crazy, you know? Oh, geez. Okay, hold on. We gotta keep up. Censor Duck. The glasses are the same size. Rev doesn't have any of my family members hostage. Yes, that's correct, Duck. Thank you for the 5. You are objectively correct. You remembered. Yay! Yeah, you've never been under pressure to make any of these statements, and I appreciate that. I really do. Nothing bad will happen to you now. That's so good, right? Yo, Z-Man with another 5 saying, bruh, you can't lie to us. You always change your glasses' size? Hell, pretty soon, you're gonna be changing their shape! It just makes me think of someone in my personal life who was very obnoxious and a chapter I have closed who wore square glasses. And I'm just like, yeah, should have seen that coming. Should have seen that you were a very obnoxious person right out of the gates. What was I thinking? Anyways, thank you for the donation. Oh my goodness, we're popping off. Guys, we have to start the stream. Okay, Lethal Weeaboo with the 5 bones as well, saying they look smaller to me. Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. That's literally insane. You've lost your mind. And then Corbin with the 20 bones saying, hat time. Is it hat time? We hit the super chat goal already. Again, hitting 15 out of 15 and we didn't even begin. All right, let me read these 2 other donations, and then the Chud Hat goes on, and then we start the content. Okay? Okay. Starwind with the 5 as well, saying, been watching your vids for ages, finally catching a stream. Well, welcome in, and thank you for the continued support. And I like your profile picture. Very nice stuff. Based. But that's expected from a consistent Rev viewer. And Villa Idiots. I say Villa Genius, because you're here. With the 5 saying, glad you're streaming on YouTube now. Me too, dude. I'm absolutely enjoying it very much. And B Wood with the 5, reading off note card. Rev has never tried to gaslight us. Correct. Guys, you did it again. You did it all on your own this time. Yay! Good job, guys. Now keep paying attention to the teleprompter and don't lose focus. Or else. And finally, Lethal Weeaboo with another 5 saying, get Rev the Bochi glasses. Oh, that'd be actually pretty cute. Yeah, maybe we'll explore some other glasses options one day. But you know what I'm exploring right now, guys? I'm exploring the Chud Hat. Now, what's the Chud Hat? How big do we want this Chud Hat, ladies and gentlemen? How we feeling? Is that good enough? How we looking? How we looking, partner? Do we need it bigger, smaller? What are we thinking? Because I've been told by multiple very intelligent people that wearing a cowboy hat, like Emiru, for example, is a sign that you are a chud and a racist. Looks good? I think it looks good enough. If someone pays you money, make it bigger. Did you just script that? At the very second I read that, Manny coming in with the $10 saying, hello, opinion on fried chicken. It bangs. If you say anything negative right here, I mean, that's just un-American. It's not even just un-American. That's unhuman. Okay, you have to love fried chicken. Okay, thank you for the 10. And also, Corbin with another 10 saying big hat. Okay, guys, I'll make the hat, I'm going to center it a little more, actually. I'll make it a little bit bigger. There you go, partner. Okay, that looks stupid. Hold on. How about now? No, that doesn't look good. We're trying to find a balance here. I think that looks terrible. Hold on, I need it like... There we go. I think that's it. It's not it at all. But you know what? The worse it looks, probably the more enjoyable for you guys, huh? Yo, and Z-Man with the 2 saying, make the Chud hat the size of Hassan's ego. Well, there's not enough room on the screen for that. Relax, okay? And finally, Chaos Mash with the 2 saying, hey, Rev, does that hat take 10 gallons? Woo! Knee slap indeed. You get the sense of humor around here. Thank you for the 2. All right, guys, let's talk about content. Thank you for all the compliments about my hat. It really boosts my, You know what? I think here's what I gotta do. Oh, there we go, lady. Now we're big ballin', okay? We got it now. It wasn't latched on. There we go, partners. There we go. Well, thank you guys so much for the all the super chats. I appreciate you. And welcome in, everyone. Consider also becoming a member. Gifting memberships. Become a Revling today. A Giga Revling. Get the perks. And we're going to have a first members-only stream coming up, I would say, in the next week. Members only, because we got a couple hundred members, whether I wanted it or not, because people gifted out so many. So there'll be lots of people who can attend. So that's it. That's the self-promo for now, guys. But does it grow? Of course it will, and it will. I'm sure it will. So we got a lot to talk about, guys. We're going to talk about some Twitch, some drama going on with Twitch. We're going to talk about Marathon. We're going to talk about games journalists making an absolute hypocritical set of fools out of themselves. We're going to talk about the industry not understanding why people don't want to buy new video games anymore. And we're going to look at some good examples of games and how messed up the market has become, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to really enjoy things, okay? It's going to be a good time here on the Rev channel. Yo, Z-Man, welcome to the Giga Revling family. Thank you for the membership. And also Sai as well, becoming a Giga Revling. Okay, one more. This is it. Then I focus for at least a couple minutes, okay? GB, thank you for the big $10 donation saying, hey Rev, since I'm not brave enough to do it myself, you can tell Straub that I'll miss the times that we had together, but I have a new source in which I get all my Desu needs. Well, gotta do what you gotta do. If you appreciate the time, that's great. And you should never feel bad about, like, how you spend your free time at all. Absolutely not. All right. So now we are caught up, ladies and gentlemen. So let's begin with Twitch. Obviously, guys, Twitch is in a bit of a tough spot these days. Okay, Twitch is doing everything in their power to try to, I guess, screw things up. Yeah, I would say try to save their platform, but no. Things just keep getting worse and worse. And even things that are well-intentioned, well, they still become a problem because the community surrounding them is also a bit of a problem. Now, of course, right now, guys, in case you didn't know, we're in March. And what is March, ladies and gentlemen? It's Women's Month. And according to people like this, you gotta send a woman you love $100 today. Now, what if I identified as whatever I want right now? Would you guys be obligated to do that? I don't know. The internet says so. But look at how botted this stuff is. 16,000 likes on the main post and then 14 on the reply from the same user. That is absolutely diabolical, ladies and gentlemen. But Twitch Rivals was out there trying to celebrate Women's Month as well. They're out there on a united front saying the Women's Guild is all about collaboration, leadership, and showing up for one another. So they had a special event. And what was that, ladies and gentlemen? It was celebrating International Women's Day together, and really the whole month. And the Women's Guild, who voted on this, came up with a decision. A game that would help celebrate this momentous occasion together, and that is Overcooked 2. Which, by the way, for many people, is a very fun game. This is a game that a lot of people truly enjoy. It's not too surprising that a lot of women in the guild voted for this game to celebrate this event. But unfortunately, maybe unintendedly, there was a lot of jokes, right? This is a game that centers on cooking. Now, there's collaboration. It's about leadership. It's about collaborating with other people and basically running a restaurant. But of course, people were making jokes about women being in the kitchen. You saw people bringing up posts like this saying, I'm getting the same vibes from this message saying women belong in the kitchen. But I don't believe that was the intention. But things get complicated, right? So the very enlightened, normal people on Twitter, they say, as a marketing professional and a woman, yes, it is that serious. This is like one of those things that technically, yes, could be unintentional, but in the brainstorming meetings, at least one person goes, that may come off as weird, so who was in the meeting? Well, this is interesting because basically they're saying women are getting gatekept on what they enjoy in terms of video games. So what if Overcooked 2 was the choice that women wanted? What if women enjoy this game that involves cooking? What is the problem? In fact, I think this is a bit offensive to women. You're basically saying you can't even make your own decisions for yourself because you might pick one that might come off as weird. And people might think you belong in the kitchen because you like a game that involves cooking. Oh, I went back and forth with this girl? Yeah, Straub was going back and forth with this woman and was absolutely slaying in the reply section. I mean, we found her. It may come off as weird, so we shouldn't allow the women to play the game they voted on playing. Oh, holy ratio, wife. Look at my wife go. They say, or don't have that game as an option for the specific event. Maybe let's knock it off the board before it leaves the planning emails and reaches the Discord to begin with, because the professionals would have seen the potential harm it could do. That's where my mind is. 4 likes. Wife with the 224 like response saying, but why? Clearly a lot of women wanted to play it, so why can't they? Because some people might get offended. 911, I have to report a murder. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this ratio. The original poster says if women in the guild themselves said they don't like it, is that not enough to at least consider not doing it? Or I don't know, you let me know. Oh, and my wife Straub, she let her know, saying just feels performative and honestly sexist to deliberately remove a popular game from the pool of options just because some people might get offended over the concept of a woman in the kitchen. That's my wife, ladies and gentlemen. 700 likes to 1. 2,000 people saw this reply and only one person found the like button, and it's probably herself. Dang, Straub. Absolutely cooked. You know, I had some other replies from women who were disagreeing with the original post, but I think we just handled it, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't expecting to bring that thread up. I think we understand how some women feel about this, but The jokes and the outrage from these performative people caused Twitch Rivals to address the Women's Guild United Twitch Rivals show and the controversy, saying the goal of this was to uplift this community and, as a part of that, highlight women in the community in a game that emphasizes teamwork, adaptability, and shared leadership. Correct. That's what the game actually represents, which is cool. That's why a lot of people enjoy it. But they say, in the lead up to the post, we collaborated with the Women's Guilds on the game selection. Many games were considered before voting on 4 choices and an open voting option. When Overcooked 2 won the guild vote, Twitch Rivals and the Women's Guilds made a deliberate choice not to let stereotypes dictate what games women should or shouldn't play. That said, we should have shared more context about the rationale behind the choice, and we should have done a better job spotlighting the creators and collaboration that helped shape the show. Boo! They should have stood their ground. They had us in the first half, right, guys? And then they basically said, we should have done this better. No, you should have done nothing different. Women, asterisks next to that, voted, and that's what won. And that should have been all. But of course, people were clowning on this in the replies, saying, quit yapping, make me a sandwich already. Pippa saying, don't apologize. It was really funny, frowny face. Truly tragic how a bunch of loser women decided to attack and berate women for expressing themselves. Now, that is an interesting angle here because let's talk about the Women's Guild. What is the Women's Guild? The mystical guild that is doing the voting here. Well, this individual named Mitchie said, I left the Twitch Women's Guild, the Discord server at least. The thing that pissed me off the most was that people that don't even identify as women could join a women's guild. Safe space where? And it says right here, Twitch Women's Guild. Twitch Women's Guild, a Discord community for creators who self-identify as a marginalized gender or expanded gender. So anyone who identifies as a woman is what they consider the Women's Guild. Funny how they have the Women's Guild and they definitely could not identify or define what a woman is in the first place. It's just to them, someone who identifies as a woman or a marginalized gender or expanded gender. What does that mean? Chat, I'm lost. Please. What does that even mean? What are we even talking about at this point? I'm a woman. I'm not a marginalized or expanded gender. What the heck is that? It's like they're trying to add layers of oppression here. They're basically saying women are automatically marginalized, which is crazy. Then you're allowing people to identify as whatever they want, in this case a woman, to vote on what women represent and choose. Yeah, good choice by this woman to leave this women's guild that did not represent the interest of women. And this was supposed to be the straw post, but we got the whole reply thread. But here is a woman, my wife, saying, women should have their own spaces. What do you mean the Twitch's Women's Guild is for anyone who self-identifies as a marginalized gender or expanded gender? What does that even mean? As a society, we are losing the plot. We need to push against this. Absolutely. Based. But don't worry. Don't worry, Straub. Women out there. Nah, please, step aside. The Twitter users are speaking. So this person right here, a transgender individual, says, okay, pause. The comments under this suck and your messaging is harmful AF. I'm a transgender woman. I'm a part of the Twitch Pride Guild. I could join the Women's Pride Guild. Your message is, why are people who don't identify as such here? Good point. But it shouldn't be only whatever this means are allowed here, which is what's being spread under this post. It's not only harmful to say this, but counterproductive to the founding of these guilds. We work together frequently It's why we have the Unity Guild. If I worked with you from the Pride Guild, there's too many guilds, guys. Too many guilds at Twitch. What are we doing? And you said, ew, you're not AFAB? What does that mean? So why are you in my safe space? Not only would I not want to work with you ever again, but you invalidate my existence and lived experience. Oh boy, I haven't heard that phrase in a while. Causing real harm to real women. Not AFAB. Oh, assigned female at birth. Thank you. So, not assigned female at birth. What a term. Still a woman. Still deserve the same spaces. I wouldn't join a men's guild since I am not a man. They were so close to getting it. Not a female at birth. What does... I think we know what that means. Absolutely unbelievable that this is what Twitch is prioritizing. A woman... Wait, what is the phrase again? A female at birth. So a woman. Let's just make this clear. Also, isn't this post... Guys, this might be a little too spicy. Isn't this post just mansplaining? Isn't this just mansplaining how a woman should feel about their own spaces? I mean, like, seriously. What else do you call this? Absolutely insane behavior. But yeah, that was the Twitch events that led to all of this. And now, you know, instead of just enjoying Overcooked 2, we have this whole dialogue, and now people are looking at some of these ridiculous individuals, and they're like, oh, this is who's voting on these things, and these are the people we're gonna capitulate to as a company, referring to Twitch. I think not, ladies and gentlemen. I think not. But we're gonna move on to another subject in just a moment. Very related. We got a nice flow of events today in the stream. I got this all planned out very well. Okay, the cowboy hat is enhancing my brain. It's squeezing on my brain. It's pushing out all the brain juices. It's working in overdrive right now. But let me switch over to this, and I'll read some donations, some super thanks, if I can get the right tab. There we go. Holy moly. First of all, Starwind, welcome in, you new member. You giga-reveling you. Good to see new members. That's right. Join, become a member, become a reveling, a giga-reveling. Get those privileges, get those emotes, get the access to the soon-to-arrive members-only streams. Funky with the 2 saying, are we in the egg height of consent? Oh my goodness. What did I see today? I saw the pout of consent today on Twitter. Someone was saying pouting is childish. If you're attracted to a woman or a character that is pouting, you are a predator. I also saw someone in a related conversation about fictional content affecting your real life choices, or people claiming it does. Someone said, if I'm playing a racing game, am I attracted to race cars? And the person said yes, and that makes you a predator. I've never seen anything like this, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing the race car of consent. We have lost the plot. Okay, we are way off the plot. And one of my upcoming streams, maybe the next one, I'm just going to do a whole stream of community notes violating people. Like those old videos I used to do a couple months ago, or I used to do every once in a while. I have like 50. I have like 50 different notes just destroying idiots that I've been just bookmarking for like months. And I just need a big dedicated stream to go through all of them. I think it's going to be a really good time. Okay? Are you attracted to anything? Predator. Yo, and welcome, Oliver, as well. Another Giga Reveling. Welcome in, welcome in. And also, Ty the Pie with the $10 donation. 10 bones, if you will. Saying, hi, finally caught you live. I'm glad you could catch the stream. Welcome in, welcome in. Then, Z-Man with the 5 saying, dude, You're already in the Pride Guild. Why do you also need to be in the Women's Guild? I don't understand. There's so many guilds. I can't keep track. And also, 2 more from Z-Man saying Darling Straw being an absolute savage yet again. Yeah, they cannot handle Straub on Twitter. She comes out and says stuff like there's 2 genders and the meltdowns ensue. And I love it. If you're mad about this stuff, good. Good. Yo, Kareem Monarch with the 5 as well. Notice me, Rev Coon. Also, it's a women's choice until a trans says they're the real victim. Many such cases, by the way. Many, many, many such cases. And then Cody becoming a Giga Revling as well. Welcome in, welcome in. You've made the best choice of your life. And you made an enhancement to your great choice by adding in a $5 donation, a $5 super chat as well, saying kindness bullying the Rev. You guys do like to kindness bully me, and you know what? I won't stand for it. In fact, I'll sit for it. I will continue sitting for it. That's right. Okay, so we are caught up. Good, good, good. I like to keep on top of things here. So let's get back into some of the related topics. We're going to talk here for a second about more women in gaming. Mainly, like, what's the focus here? What are we trying to focus on? You know, a lot of these companies are very diluted in what they think is truly important when it comes to gaming and appealing to women and female gamers. They get this very convoluted notion that what goes on Twitter, for example, represents what's good for the brand, what's good for revenue, and that is a huge mistake. You can see from VGC here, female players are an overlooked opportunity for growth in the games industry. You know what? I think so too. But you can maximize on what kind of participation in revenue and just overall involvement you can get from female gamers if you are marketing to them in a way that is what? Productive. When they are the target audience. If you're giving them something they actually want. Now, ladies and gentlemen, especially the ladies in the audience, all probably 5% of you, listen up, I have a question for you. Does this make you want to play Halo? Yeah, just like anything else involving Microsoft, the second March 1st arrives, Halo came out on their official account saying, this hashtag Women's History Month, join us in celebrating the women who shape Halo in our universe, our studio, and our community. Beautiful stuff, guys. Do these ladies, do these skins make you want to play Halo? Are you locked in? Do you want to play Halo now? Does this grab your interest? Are you willing to spend 60, 70, even hundreds of dollars on this franchise? Are you convinced? You are welcome here. Now, this post is an absolute Microsoft post, okay? Look at it. Posted right on March 1st, okay? Microsoft, the second a new month begins, literally within the first hour, they have something lined up, whether it's for Pride Month or Women's Month, whatever month or whatever's being celebrated each month, they're ready. Guns a-blazing, okay? They got that iron on their hip, just like me right now, okay? They launch it off and then they lock the replies. Whoever at corporate thinks this is a good idea, absolute mistake. Okay, the quotes, roasting them. Kongmin Lee saying, in case you're wondering why Halo was ruined. Yeah, this doesn't look like the studio that developed the initial games. That really built the franchise, whether it's the original or Halo 2 and 3, that were really the core of what made Halo what it is. This looks a little different than the studio that developed those projects. You can see right here. Is that a Samus-inspired Rosie the Riveter skin? Oh, you bet it is. And it looks like a woman posted this. What do you mean? Are you not going to purchase this? Does this skin not entice you? Have you not been peddled to enough to want to play Halo? Yeah, it's just such a goofy mistake because at the end of the day, let's be real, what's the audience? When you grew up playing Halo or Halo 2, that's what I did. Those two games dominated my childhood. That was viewed as the sweaty nerd game played by a bunch of sweaty male nerds. That's it. It was a bunch of dudes. Yes, of course some women played Halo, but that wasn't the target audience. That wasn't worth a post dedicated for the entire month or these absolutely shameless promotions. No, they've lost their identity 100%. And they're losing the plot. And they're losing revenue. Because just like anything else, like when we're talking about Marathon, Halo is not something that can come out and just get 2 million copies sold. No, they need like 10 plus million for everything to even begin thinking about this as a success. And they're focusing on not their target audience, but virtue signaling. Endymion says, gatekeep your hobbies, fellas. Absolutely. This is what happens when you don't gatekeep. And it doesn't happen in one post. It's years and years of this going unchecked, by the way. This individual says, essentially what happened to gaming was the boys were playing war in a cool tree fort, and then a bunch of girls came along and hung up curtains in the fort and said, we're playing house now. Chef's kiss, ladies and gentlemen. Very well said. I got nothing to add to this post. This one just looking, oh boy. Oh boy, how many likes did this get? Almost 10,000. Rough crowd. They're not impressed by this post at all. And Marshall, you're saying, remember when Halo used to be about Halo? Wow, do you guys remember that? Absolutely insane. Can you imagine? I miss when Halo was focused on making peak games. You know, I talked about it recently, but I have been missing Halo 2. In particular, Halo 2 was years of my life growing up. Loved this game. I was getting nostalgic. And eventually, my wife got me a new Xbox for Christmas so I could relive Halo 2. And man, what an experience I'm enjoying. It's not just nostalgia. It's a great, great time. And that's when Halo was Halo. Also, the score for Halo 2. Marty O'Donnell, you crazy son of a gun. You really did that. It's absolutely amazing. And that's kind of what got me back into it. But yeah, what happened to Halo? And people are wondering, how do we not bring in more women into gaming? Well, maybe don't pander to them in a medium or genre that doesn't really appeal to them that much in the first place. Just a thought. All right. What do we got here, folks? What do we got here, partners? We got a couple of them memberships and donations, I reckon. Guys, I just want to let you know before I read these. Yeah, she got me the Master Chief Collection. She didn't just get me Halo 2, by the way. She got me the Master Chief Collection. The whole kit and caboodle. But guys, riddle me this, Batman. I'm drinking this can of protein coffee. This is truly the future. It has 60 milligrams of caffeine, which is actually nothing crazy. It's not like, a Monster or something like 300, right? It's got 90 calories, 20 grams of protein, and it's peanut butter chocolate flavored, and it actually tastes good. How is this possible? I feel like they're lying to me. There's no way I get good caffeine, 20 grams of protein, only 90 calories, and it tastes good. This is... Did I hit my head now? What's going on here? Please say Desu. There you go, Desu. In case you missed the previous stream. Monster is only 150. I'll take 60. I can't have too much caffeine. I'll start tweaking. Let's see here. We got a new Giga Reveling Disparage. Welcome in. You know what? I noticed something about all of the, especially the Giga Revelings. A lot of great profile pictures. Cool art. cute anime girls. I mean, what else can you expect from this community? And we have another Giga Reveling joining the squad, the family, if you will. We're a family here, guys. This time it is Villa Idiots. No, Villa Giga Reveling. That is your new name. Rev says tweaking. And Lethal Weeaboo with another 5 saying Rev Inu pun, not lost on me. Correct. I'm collecting that revenue until my pocket's so fat. They say I be Peter Griffin. There you go, folks. We're back. That's what the stream is all about. Please like, comment, subscribe, join memberships. You got to after that one. Family. That's what we're about here. Yo, Funky with the 5 saying, my friend, who is an actual woman, had an Xbox before me and loved playing Halo 1 and 2 ages ago. Sounds like a pretty based gal right there. And I had people growing up. I had some girls who played Halo. Now, of course, we smoked them and then made fun of them for being girls and having cooties back then. But, I mean, you know, that's just equal opportunity gaming right there, right? You know? What can I say? Terrible pun. I love it. Perfect. Perfect. Yo, and Texan Rider with the 5 saying, howdy, partner. Glad to see you got the cowboy hat. That's right. It was the super chat goal and we crushed it. People wanted to see the chud hat. And I'm glad to have it. Welcome in, Razaroff. A new Giga Reveling. Welcome in. Welcome in. Crazy Pun Man with the €5 saying a boxer from long ago often used giant slabs of meat as a part of his training. He referred to this method of training as beating his meats. Thank you so much for the 5. I enjoyed Rocky as well. That's a good pun. We like a good pun in this channel. Holy Clown with the 2 saying, we rating profile pictures now? I'm in. I give this a 6 out of 10. Good job. Really, really capturing an iconic moment. Good for you. Yeah, guys, I do profile picture ratings around here. It's like those. I'm not even gonna make those jokes. I'm not even gonna make the jokes. We can't get in trouble, guys. We can't do it. Not today. But thank you guys for the support, as always. As always. Now I'm gonna do something a little different here. We're gonna watch someone else's coverage here because I just saw this before I went live. Okay. Very weird situation involving Helldivers. We're going to watch Slop Live here with Dolan, okay? Slop Live. He provides the slop, which I appreciate as a slop producer myself. But apparently with Helldivers, someone on their related subreddit basically challenged the developers to basically play the game on the hardest difficulty with certain specs to show if the game is balanced or not. And it got a ton of upvotes, and eventually this person gets harassed endlessly, even doxxed and harassed in real life as a result of the situation. So let me pause the music. Let's listen to the vidya together, because we got Slop and a nice 2-minute little bundle here.
Welcome back to Slop Live. This Helldivers 2 situation is genuinely insane. Over on the Helldivers subreddit, a guy called Key Complex challenged the developers to beat their own game on difficulty 10 on a specific planet, saying to play on the current state of the game and show how well balanced it is, saying that if they do beat it, he'll donate $1,000 to the charity of their choice. This post gaining 20...
What could go wrong? Simply asking, or not even asking, just putting out a challenge, asking the devs to try the game on the hardest difficulty mode under certain circumstances to prove if the game is balanced or not. And if they achieve such, $1,000 will go to charity, a charity of their choice. Now, this could result in a fun challenge, possible charity donations, or a relentless harassment campaign that extends into real life.
7,000 upvotes. Another user following up saying that he'd also donate $1,000 if they use these
Now we got
specific
$2,000
loadouts,
to
getting
play.
12,000 upvotes. Everything seemed harmless enough, challenging the developers to beat their own game on the hardest difficulty to show that the game was balanced. But the internet is the internet, and Reddit is Reddit. Whether it was just simply the work of some bored losers, or maybe their twisted way of defending the devs, the original person who made the challenge ended up receiving dozens of messages wishing death on him. He posted that the challenge was over and he was stepping away from Reddit and the community, asking people to stop contacting him and thanking everybody for the support, but he can't handle the barrage of hate.
Come on, guys. You know, should have known better when I heard Reddit. People, I'm so surprised to this day that people just don't understand how terrible Reddit is in every regard. Reddit is an absolute hellscape. Some of the most deranged behavior goes on there. It's like deranged behavior but woke. You know, if anyone thinks they're doing the right thing or they're on the right side of history, they use that to justify the most insane and dangerous rhetoric ever. Okay, it's been host to people making threats against politicians, calling for violence against groups of people. As long as it's the problematic people who are targeted, anything goes on Reddit. And in this case, I guess making a challenge to the Helldivers team is deserving of doxing and threats and all the above.
Supposedly, people were also doxing him, with the devs Arrowhead themselves having to make a statement saying they do not tolerate threats, harassment, or doxing towards anyone,
they had to say
and
this.
saying they're continuing to monitor the situation. The mods of the subreddit posting a statement, and within the statement it said that due to recent events, challenges directed towards individuals or Arrowhead are no longer allowed on the subreddit. Not sure that's the best solution. And in an update from an hour ago, it turns out the original challenger, Key Complex, said he's now been banned from the horse sanctuary he was volunteering at since 2011 and fired from his job of 7 years.
Did you guys hear that? Not only was this guy doxxed for making this harmless challenge, just an offer, they contacted, according to him, people in real life around him, getting him banned from a horse sanctuary he was volunteering at. They ruined a volunteering efforts that was doing good by harassing the people who were there to the point where they said, we just got to get rid of you. And also he lost his job. And trust me, okay, this is not completely unheard of, okay? Regular everyday people getting blown up and their job and their places they go to volunteer getting blown up with threats and endless barrages of harassment and, you know, violent rhetoric. Yeah, people panic and they try to make it stop. And they think doing this stuff will make it stop. It's absolutely messed up. This whole thing is just gross, dude.
He was volunteering at since 2011 and fired from his job of 7 years due to worries about security, saying his life got basically ruined overnight for something that he thought would be fun and productive towards a game he loved. All of this over a simple video game challenge. Some skeptics in the comments saying he may have made it all up to get out of donating in case the devs actually did the challenge, but a bunch of psycho redditors doxing someone for basically no reason is honestly pretty believable at this point.
Yep. Reddit acting like a bunch of psychopaths and then victim blaming the person they're acting like a psychopath towards. Wow. What can you say but Reddit moment. Reddit moment, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Absolutely insane. I doubt this guy will play this game for long after this. How could you ever go back to playing that game? After everything you've gone through? Just being like, oh yeah, I'll go back to the franchise that has a community, or at least a part of it, that ruined my life. What was the challenge? I was all tapped out. Basically, this guy challenged the developers of Helldivers to try Helldivers 2 on the most difficult level, under certain circumstances, certain specs. And if they did it, $1,000 would go to the charity of their choice. And people did not take it well. Not at all, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we'll switch here for a second, catch up on the donations, and then we will move on to some drama involving Pokemon, the White House, and politics. They go hand in hand, ladies and gentlemen, hand in hand. So, Ginkgo Dono with the $2 saying, I want to join. Well, join in. Join the family. You're in. And Carsub with the 2 as well saying, what's up, Revio? What's good? Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, you joined in on the profile picture ranking. 6.2 out of 10. There's your answer. And then we got 5 from Xeno Best X saying Reddit is a godforsaken cesspool. Stay far away from it. Your life will never be the same once you make a Reddit account. Yes, I will never make a Reddit account. The only thing I've ever seen is Reddit from a distance, and it's either people whining about me or it's some deranged behavior about something else. Or both. Or both. Right? But yes. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not lying when I say there is a crossover right now. A crossover of the century. We got the White House. We got Pokemon. We got Twitter. And of course, we got some politics. Now you're thinking, Rev, what's the connection here? How could this happen? Well, it's happening in a very stupid way. So there's this format going around involving Pokemon where people are adding text to this format. And the White House, who has been, for lack of a better term, shitposting on this account, which I think is obnoxious most of the time, they make this into a Make America Great Again format. I don't care. It's not even talking about MAGA when I say this. It's just like, this is inviting a lot of people to cry about it. Will they? Who knows? Who cares? But this made annoying people angry. So I do enjoy it at the end of the day, because it got bad enough where people were thinking this was an endorsement, that Pokemon was endorsing the White House and MAGA by simply allowing this to happen as a meme format. So it's hilarious, but it got to the point where the Pokemon Company International issued a statement. They issued a statement, ladies and gentlemen, saying, we are aware of recent social content that includes imagery associated with our brand. We were not involved in its creation or distribution, and no permission was granted for the use of our intellectual property. Our mission is to bring the world together, and that mission is not affiliated with any political viewpoint or agenda. Wow. They got really upset here. Their jimmies were rustled. They were getting lumped in with MAGA and they got real upset, which this whole thing is very funny because we're talking about a meme format and they're upset about a meme. And Nintendo got very nervous because they thought this was going to hurt their bottom line somehow. So they made a statement and they said, we're not political. You're not political. That's interesting. Well, it seems like the comment section greatly disagrees with that statement. This person saying, oh, So now you don't want to be affiliated with politics, referring to a post made on the official Pokemon account stating hashtag Black Lives Matter, saying here at the Pokemon Company International, we believe in friendship, inclusivity, and equity. These are the values that anchor the Pokemon brand. There is no place for oppression within our community. We stand in solidarity with our Black employees, fans, and families who continue to be impacted by systemic racism and senseless violence. We'll be making a $100,000 donation to the NAACP and a $100,000 donation to Black Lives Matter. Our commitment to you is ongoing, and our support will be as well. We believe that Black Lives Matter. This was posted in 2020, right during the riots. And boy howdy, this looks pretty political to me. Now, of course, people are jumping through hoops to say this wasn't political by Pokemon. Yeah, please. Okay, don't even try that disingenuous nonsense with me. And also, thank you, Pokemon, for giving $100,000 to Black Lives Matter, the same organization where its leadership were buying $5-6 million mansions with the funds they were receiving. But they totally needed those for the cause, guys. They totally need that for the cause. But again, Pokemon not being in any way political? Oh! They forgot. We're immune to being gaslit. This person points out, don't forget the tournament judges abusing their power. And this really happened. Teen disqualified from Pokemon tournament for laughing upon being asked his pronouns. Well, first of all, absolute Giga Chad. Based? You should laugh too when you're asked for your pronouns at a freaking Pokemon tournament, man. But this was the era. And I always warn people, like, we're heading back to this. People are trying to head back to this delusional, outraged, cancel culture that was so prevalent back in 2020. This was a disaster. But again, very political move by Pokemon. But wait, there's more. Not political, you say. Oh, geez. The Pokemon Company International promoting the Rainbow Gym. What's the Rainbow Gym? Well, the company that does it says they're building off the love for children and family exemplified in the Pokemon brand in order to empower parents to thrive both at work and at home. Parenthood is very important. And the Rainbow Gym is on a mission to celebrate LGBTQIA+ folks and allies. We provide helpful resources to allow for open discussions and internal support with the understanding of our intersectionalities of the larger community. The Rainbow Gym works with leaders and departments to promote inclusion at all levels, including initiatives related to engagement, talent acquisition, professional development, and community building. Wow, totally not political, guys. Don't worry, allow the Pokemon Company International to tell you that they are totally not political whatsoever and are deeply offended by anyone who would make a meme that would suggest otherwise. They are massive hypocrites and supporters of the current thing, and people do not forget that. People do not forget. Watch this, guys. This is about to feel real good. I have a couple like sections of tabs. This is... Whew. I hate having a lot of tabs. Those stories are cleared. We're feeling fresh. But we got some more to talk about, don't worry. But let's catch up with the donations. We got some new members, some new donos as well. Welcome in. New Revling, TBL, welcome in. And also Inku_live saying, rate my profile picture. I drew it myself with the 5. I like it. 5.8 out of 10. There you go. And I'm on a brutal system, so that's pretty good. That's solid. Good job, especially since you drew it yourself. Also, K Tao Joe with the 20 bones. The $20. Saying, "Hi Rev, I love your content. I recently bought a second-hand Rev plushie. Have a few bucks to buy yourself a snack." Wait, whoa, hold on a second. Oh, my brain. I was reading your message, and then I got a new membership, and it brought down my notifications, and I continued on the next line, which became a new line of another donation, so I accidentally combined your messages. My brain has exploded. Let me try that again, okay? "Hi Rev, love your content. I recently bought a secondhand Rev plushie. Hope to find one of Straub soon. Keep up the great content, homie." Thank you very much for the $20. I'm glad you can get a secondhand Rev plushie. But guys, wait. Wait a second. Do I have it? Am I on the right thing? Surely I am. Or is it this one? Oh, wait, no, it's here, Okay, hold on. No, wrong thing. Coming soon to Uwu Market, the Rev plush. This will be arriving in case you did not see the news. I've been rolling this out whenever someone reminds me. Here you go. Uwu Market supplied us with a new plushie. It is coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming soon. It's the original design. Very happy to have it. But we also do, because we got kicked out of Makeshift. Long story, okay? The original ones. I have 1,000,000 in the closet, okay? I have like 50 of them. So eventually we're going to sell those, and or even give some of them away. But yeah, if you're looking for a fresh one, it's coming soon. Mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a terrible way of saying because I don't know the exact date yet, but it's coming soon. Okay? No one's heard of I know what you mean by secondhand. People are just being goofy. But yeah. Thank you for that. And also, Leaky with the €6 saying, "You know what? This is a stream, so why not? Excuse the crappy profile pic, have a few bucks, buy yourself a snack. I think it looks great, and also your message is the one that got mixed with the last one. It got combined. I'm glad we separated that." Now we got Funky with the €5 saying, "Is my profile picture good? I give it a 5 out of 10. I need to know from an expert. It's AI. But based on a personal picture of me and my Halo friend, but his anime character." Okay, you got bumped up to a 6. It was a 5, but then you mentioned the part about the Halo, you and a Halo friend. Boom. Extra points. Well done, Funky. Good job. And Burning Speed with the $5 saying, "If I had a nickel for every time the US government accidentally causes Pokemon to catch strays with a meme, I'd have 2 nickels. Not much. But it's funny." Well, the last time was when they used, for those who don't know, when they used the Pokemon original theme song over some footage of Ice. Was it Ice or just Border Patrol? But they were enforcing the law. I think it was with Border Patrol. They were closing up the border, deporting people, and they're, "I gotta be the very best. Gotta catch 'em all." Yeah, they didn't like that one. Corporate didn't like that one. At all. Yo, Burning Speed also welcome in as a Revling. I appreciate that. And another Revling with Crazy Pun Man. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. It was Ice. Okay, it was Ice. It was Ice. It kind of makes sense, right? And Cream Monarch with the $5 saying, "The Rainbow Gym is where D-Gens hunt kids without the fear of Chippy, but Chippy is eternal and watches all. He is feeling restless. I mean, it's clear this organization is targeting children, and whenever that happens, when you're starting to confuse children about their identity and things like that, there is definitely cause for more attention to be paid. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, especially when it's involved with Pokemon, who is trying to claim they are not political. Interesting. And then we got $5 from Ogre's Den Gaming saying, F it! Mine is literally my face ran through Grok in the style of 2E D&D artwork. Okay, that's pretty cool. Bro, I'm gonna give you a solid 6.8 out of 10. That might be the highest so far today. I like it. I like the eye patch. Very solid, you know? It's a lot of anime girls around here, but that one is something different, and I like it. Looks good. Alright, so we got some more stuff to talk about here. My goodness. Oh, boy. Okay. Alright. This is funny. Let me switch here. Thank you guys for all the memberships and donos. Well, we got to put Little Rev away here. Little Plush, you have to go away now. Thank you. Now let me load up what I'm looking at here. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Did he say it yet? Are you talking about Desu? There you go. Let me take a sip of coffee. Then we're going to go into this situation that is the absolute states of gaming right now. The absolute state. Little Rev is the Desu. Ah. I got you. Alright. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to answer a very difficult question right now. Why are US gamers not buying video games anymore? Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. A study revealed that a majority of video game sales are fueled by only 4% of players. In 2025, 63% of US consumers are buying fewer games. This I can't believe. I cannot believe that people in the US are getting tired of buying especially new games. What do you mean you don't want to buy $70 slop with a million additional charges for in-game features and events? Playing the same game over again for the 100th time, but paying a premium price. What do you mean you don't want to play that same game that has a very clear agenda, that is created by developers and a team that absolutely hates you for being a man or being white or even, hell, being a gamer? I can't believe some people are starting to lose interest. This is absolutely insane. Now, people had some answers, okay, in the replies, saying $70+ games, awful economy, live service focus, paywall DLC, games hitting market, unfinished, focus on driving IP rather than the game itself. There, I fixed it. Just think fixing the gaming industry just as easy as getting rid of the trash and the problem goes away. US gamers aren't buying trash games no more. Exactly. Too expensive and forced LGBT agenda on too many games, and even just one is too many. Bring me back to the 2000s where it was affordable and fun. Because game developers hired a bunch of regarded liberals, and liberals make trash video games that no one wants. I would go a step further. I think these people are activists, and I think a lot of them aren't just liberals. I think they're extremists. I mean, these are people who are wishing harm upon others for their political views. We've seen people, developers, people on the art team of various games, demanding to their audience to go out and off people for voting a certain way. We've seen them say, we hate gamers, we hate men, we hate white people. We even saw a community manager say that they don't care about what happens to Asians because Asians, in their mind, are white adjacent. These people are insane. And then they're so shocked when nobody buys their slop game and the studio eventually shuts down and all of these activists lose their jobs. But don't worry, there's people running a sweep saying, why aren't people late stage capitalism? The answer is always late stage capitalism. I'm terminally online and how can I make everything about capitalism? Absolutely brain dead behavior. Capitalism is the reason we have a video game industry. Capitalism didn't ruin gaming. Activists ruined gaming. It's that simple. If people buy too much, it's late stage capitalism. If people buy too little, it's late stage capitalism. Maybe the games just effing suck. Well said. My thoughts exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, in this era, people are thirsty. They're thirsty for new games. They want something that is going to excite them, that's going to be new and fun. And you know what? We've reached the point where not only do we have some very basic concepts coming off really appealing just because of the current market, but also memes. Games that are literally founded on a meme foundation are appealing because they are making fun of the status quo. Here is a great example. A game launching in just under a week. DEI Manager Simulator. It is a short, satirical simulation game where you play as the head of diversity, equity, and inclusion at a failing video game studio. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be seated. I will be there. I'm pretty sure I want to stream this game. Okay, this is a fantastic idea. I have gone on record, and I will say it again, I believe if a game like Dustborn was launched as a meme, if Dustborn was a parody of the status quo in the gaming industry, that game would have sold 10 times as many copies. It would have been praised. I would go that far. And they wouldn't even have to change anything. They could have just taken the original concept and just packaged it as a meme instead of being serious. So when you use things like cancel attack, when you're defeating your enemies by canceling them, that would have been funny instead of pathetic. Right? But that's not what happened. But this right here, this is a good idea. And I want more games like this. Anyone can make these, right? If you're like a small developer, you got any sort of skills in this department, make a simple game like this, clowning on the status quo. It is that easy, I think. I really think so. And, well, in that same vein, ladies and gentlemen, we got another one. Karen. Another game has come to save the industry. It is titled Karen, where you play as a Karen and destroy a shopping mall. Let's watch this together.
Sorry, we're all out of half and half.
Can only do an exchange.
No, breadsticks are extra.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
They captured her essence perfectly.
That's our policy.
Look out! Where is the manager? I'm the victim! Oh my gosh. Is this the Rosie O'Donnell simulator? I don't know, guys. Maybe. Yeah, look at that. Look at that patriarchal man getting in the way of this Karen. Doesn't he know she's oppressed and has things to do and he's in the way? Body slam him! Live, laugh, love. Beautiful. Music is spot on too. All who remain will remember her name. Karen. Wish list now. Guys, it's really that simple. It's really that simple, guys. I think now is the greatest time for parody games. Just come out and bring something that'll make people laugh at the absurdity of our own reality. Now, on this same vein, let's get something kind of simple. A concept that I am shocked is not used more often. It's been done before, but not enough, in my opinion, okay? If you want to move away from the parodies, why not make a Bible-inspired game? Why are there not more games based on biblical themes? I'm sorry, the Bible is the hardest piece of text that has ever existed. You don't even have to do anything that crazy with it. You can just literally transcribe portions of the Bible in its essence into a game format, and it will be an absolute banger, okay? But here's another one. A Based, okay? A new Bible-inspired ARPG. And people are liking this. Okay, let's watch the trailer together. Who doesn't just want to go around slaying giants? Apparently you're a leper too. Smiting giants. Come on in. It's that easy, guys. In a world full of slop and trying to appeal to the modern audience, be more like this. Heck, be more like games like Karen. That's it. That's all it takes to impress people. Either tap into something that is making fun of the status quo, or tap into something that is just a foundationally interesting thing. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? That's another row tabs. Oh! So relieving, ladies and gentlemen. Let me read a couple more notifications here. Then I think we got the last round of stuff to cover for today. Pretty neat. You'll love to see it. We'll talk about Marathon for a second. All right, let me move over here. Game title, the A-based. That's right. Absolutely based. All right, B-Wood with the 5 saying something something, profile picture something something. I like it. I like it. Actually, I like it a lot. This is a 6.9 out of 10. 6.9 out of 10. I think that puts you in the lead today. Yeah, come one, come all. Come get your profile picture rankings right now, or ratings right now. Come one, come all. Don't miss your chance. Also, welcome into a new Rebling, Chrono Trigger, who also donated $2 saying, rate my profile picture. I give you a 5.8 out of 10. There you go. Thank you for the 2. Also, Joker Alice with a $1 donation. I appreciate that. I'm trying to see yours. I'm just looking. I'm just looking, guys. And Funky with a €2 saying, got to do a live stream of Karen, Rev. I mean, these games look really good. I'm looking forward. I don't know when Karen comes out, but I know the DEI simulator comes out in less than a week, which will be very fun. Very fun. All right, let's see here. Yeah, let me pull this thing up right here. Okay, this is kind of in case you missed yesterday's... Nope, wrong screen. There we go, Rev. Nice job. Good job, man. There we go. All right, let's talk about Marathon for a minute. Obviously, a lot of people know that Marathon, this extraction shooter. It's been surrounded with a lot of controversy. A lot of people thinking this game might flop. It might succeed. It might break records. It might own the chuds. It might cause Bungie to go under. So many different predictions. But right now, I'm going to say, looking at things, it's a bit confusing. I don't really know what to expect, but I don't think things look really good at the moment. Okay, people are saying, is this the Concord trilogy? Is Marathon the missing piece? The last domino to fall? I don't know yet. Here's the current numbers right now. So this is day 3. And it's today's Saturday. Oh my gosh, the week has flown by. They're at 73,000 in-game players. Now, unlike Highguard that peaked at 90,000, that was free to play. This is not. It's $40. But this game had a budget of around $250 million. And it's been decreasing on its peak player count each day. And it seems like it's just kind of You know, it's not lighting the world on fire. It's definitely not Concord, okay? The question is, how long does it last? I don't think it's anything comparable to Concord. I don't think it's anything comparable to Highguard. But is it enough? Because people are predicting that this will take somewhere between 7 to 11 million copies to even break their budget. That's just to break even, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the problem. When I come out and say, oh, a peak of 88,000 in-game players is a disappointment. It's a bit disappointing for Marathon. You know, the usual shills go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you think that's a failure. That they probably sold millions of copies. Yeah, I know. Just like all these other games like Avowed and Dragon Age the Veilguard. Yes, we know they're going to sell millions of copies. But is that enough? This is a business. There's a budget. They have to sell to their expectations. And the expectations from Bungie are massive. They're really high. They have to sell probably at least 10 plus million copies to consider this even worth their time. So no, these numbers aren't exactly convincing quite yet. But there was something funny about this. A lot of studios came out and promoted the release. Even Naughty Dog came out and said a huge congratulations to Bungie on the launch of Marathon. But there was another studio, an indie studio, named Megacrit, that quoted Marathon and said, congratulations to the Marathon team on their launch. Don't let small indie passion projects like this pass you by just because Slay the Spire 2 is out. Boy, would Slay the Spire 2 body Marathon. Ladies and gentlemen, this game killed it. Okay? Right now, with 274,000 in-game players, this released the same day as Marathon. An indie studio released this. In fact, their peak count was 526,000 players. That is roughly 6 times higher than Marathon. In fact, the current in-game player amount is over 3 times that of the all-time peak for Marathon. And of course, again, people will say, SteamDB means nothing. Every time you hear that, SteamDB charts end up being a very good indicator of how things are going. Absolutely insane. And you can see, this is so healthy. Just like recently with Mugenics, right? Starts off good. Starts off amazing. This is better than their expectations ever could have been. But they spiked on day 2. They actually went higher on day 2. Then day 3, it cooled off a little bit. And you know what? Expected. I mean, do you really expect this indie game to keep up with a 400,000 player count? But then, the next day, it jumps to over 500,000. Somebody is very rich right now. Somebody has made a lot of money on this game. This is crazy. I believe this game is like $22, so it's not some free-to-play. It's not a $5 game. Nothing. This is a lot of cheddar, ladies and gentlemen, and good on them. But the numbers for Marathon are meh enough. Even games journalists are like, I don't know. I don't know if this is really that great. In fact, they're calling it a bit concerning. And Marathon made things worse by coming out with a statement addressing the embargo and gameplay guidelines, essentially asking reviewers to hold off on full reviews until, well, the second half of March, when more content comes out, when they have major updates and better content. I've never heard of this before. A big studio saying, hold on a second. Hold on. Let the game get good before you review it. That is ridiculous to me. I think that's really stupid. I don't understand how anybody thinks that that's a normal thing to ask. Paul Tassi has been a lot more reserved with his takes recently. Paul Tassi's been right. Paul Tassi's been right about Marathon. I think he's had a very measured approach to it and is saying what a lot of neutral observers are saying. Paul Tassi, in the world of games journalism, which is hyper woke, he's like the John Fetterman of games journalism right now, okay? He's like the only sane one on his side. Am I right? Absolutely insane stuff. But also the reviews are interesting as well on the game itself on Steam. Now this was from days ago. This could be even worse. But for a moment, when Slay the Spire 2 had 430,000 players, there was only 4,500 reviews. But then, Marathon with 88,000 had more reviews. That's odd. Is that like a set of definitive proof that something is going on with the reviews here? Obviously, Marathon is controversial. A lot of people are going to talk about it, but why would there be more reviews for this game with a fraction of the audience? I don't know. Just seems very weird to me, ladies and gentlemen. That's really the update. I mean, let me, did this get any higher? Nope, basically the same. So, 74,000 in-game for Marathon. That's about all we got. Alright, let me read some stuff and some things for you guys, and I think we're going to call it a good old-fashioned strum. Yeah. Pretty good one. We got a lot done today, guys. We talked about a lot of different things I've been holding off on for a couple of days. So if you need to make any super chats, you want to join as a member and get noticed right now, this is a good time to do it. Before we close off, let me read a couple of donations. Sai with the 2 saying, now I want to know what you think of mine. Your profile picture. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. 6.6 out of 10. It's simple, right? Sometimes you just gotta have a cute anime girl. That's it, with a very big smile. I'm so old and my eyes are bad. I have to like lean in and like you can see exactly where I'm looking on screen. I literally lose my tracking because I have to get so close to the computer to see these profile pictures. Embarrassing indeed. Now Funky with another €5 saying, there's 2 types of people in this world. those with cowboy hats, and those who get picture reviews. We all know who the Rev Eastwood is here. That's right. Rev Eastwood, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. And Drake with the $10 donation, the 10 bones, saying, wait till the game gets good. The effing game should already be good when launched. They're trying to pull a Destiny, ladies and gentlemen, where they're like, don't review now. There's some better content on the way. Just hang in there. That's not how this works. Come out swinging. Why would you ever expect people to not review a game how it's presented on day one? It shouldn't be acceptable whatsoever. Now we got €6 from Licky saying, it's like big companies think higher budget equals better game and more sales. Isn't it higher budget, more sales needed? Rev AAA devs are weird. I think it's the people, the truly masterful individuals who somehow convince these studios this is a good idea. I don't know who does it. It's amazing. They should go into some other form of sales, maybe mergers and acquisitions, and make themselves some real money or something, because they're convincing these people that they need to spend 100, 200, and with the case of Skull and Bones, $800 million on a video game just for it to flop? Absolutely insane. Yo, Speed with a 2 as well, saying, oh, you're down to FNT Nerdrotic's channel. I enjoy Nerdrotic, by the way. One of the many good channels out there, for sure. Absolutely. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about it. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I think I'm going to take the wife on a little date excursion. We're going to go hang out for a little bit. And I think we're going to do some bowling. That'll be fun. I'll try not to break anything. That's kind of my goal. I'm not going to break anything at the bowling alley today. That's right. Sound like a plan, guys? All right. As always, video will be coming out. I think I'm going to have it scheduled for 7 EST, which will be in an hour and 15 minutes. We'll have that video go live. I'll probably be gone by then, enjoying grass as I touch it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for all the super chats, the memberships, everything in between, just hanging out. You guys are the best. And I think I'll be back streaming either Monday or Tuesday. Sound good? Sound great. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or night. Thank you guys, and peace. Oots.